What's up, guys? Welcome back to Spread on Bets. Here to break down the first NFL wildcard game between the Raiders and the Bengals. The Raiders come into this game, having won 4 straight down the stretch. It's really been because of their offensive line play. Their O-line really struggled for most of the season, and during this stretch, they've just been running the ball much better with Josh Jacobs. Offensive line play is kind of a hot-cold thing, and the Raiders' offensive line just kind of got hot at the right time. So they finished the season with 4 straight wins, and they're going to be playing the Bengals today. These two teams matched up earlier in the season. Bengals won 32-13. Very fluky win by the Bengals. 19-point win doesn't really tell the story of that game. The Raiders were able to pressure Joe Burrow. Burrow had about 150 yards on 30 attempts. Really struggled against the Raiders' pass rush. And there was a lot of third down killer penalties on the Raiders side that really got the Bengals in a scoring position. They really didn't have any good drives besides penalties and turnovers on the Raiders end. So in this matchup, with the Raiders being able to run the ball as well as they have, I think Josh Jacobs will have a good day today. The matchup I'm really watching here is the Raiders' defensive line versus the Bengals' offensive line. The Bengals were third worst in the league. They gave up somewhere around 53 sacks this year. Although Joe Burrow really finished the season on a tear in those last 2 games for the Bengals to clinch the division, this is definitely a weakness for them is their offensive line. Max Crosby is going to be lined up against right tackle Isaiah Prince for the Bengals. Could be a long day for him. Another thing with Burrow is Burrow likes to take deep dropbacks, kind of like Russell Wilson, to where they can hit big plays, and that's all relying on him being able to have deep dropbacks to hit those big plays. The Raiders' defensive front plays a wide style. Sometimes you'll see all 4 guys line up outside of the guards, and that really prevents Joe from keeping his footwork clean to hit some of these big plays. So I definitely think the Raiders' defensive line has a big edge in this matchup against the Bengals. The Bengals, for a lot of the season, just struggled to sustain drives offensively. They kind of ran the ball too much, a lot of running under center. And in those last 2 games to finish the season where Burrow went off, Zach Taylor really gave Joe the keys to the offense to just kind of let it rip. I'm interested to see in this matchup if the Bengals struggle early to throw the football, whether Zach Taylor is going to bail on that game plan, especially in a one-and-done game. Also, on the Raiders side of the ball, offensively, the Bengals are a heavy blitzing team. Their best pass rusher also will be lined up against the Raiders' best tackle in left tackle Colton Miller, and that's Bengals pass rusher Trey Hendrickson. So the Raiders should really be able to neutralize him with their best offensive lineman here. Derek Carr is very good against the blitz, so it's, I see this matchup coming down to if the Bengals blitz on third downs, if they don't get home, then I think Derek Carr is going to hit a bunch of big plays against Cincinnati. Both teams have really good secondaries, very under the radar good secondaries. The Bengals have slot corner Mike Hilton, who'll be matched up against Hunter Renfrow. I expect him to do a good job against him. The Raiders also have a good slot corner, Nate Hobbs. He'll be on Tyler Boyd today. I expect him to do a good job. And they each have good corners on the outside for the Bengals. Chidobe Awuzie, I got that name right. Very good corner. And the Raiders kind of struggle on the outside after losing Henry Ruggs. So also for the Raiders, they have Casey Hayward. He'll be matched up with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and he's also one of the better corners in the league. The Raiders don't blitz much, and I think that's going to help them because Joe Burrow's very good against the blitz, but the Raiders are going to play a lot of 7-deep zone coverage, and they're going to try to get home with their front 4, and I think they'll be able to in this game. So I'm taking the Raiders +6, +5.5. I think it's all good. I think they got a really good shot to win this game. Both of these teams combined for 13 games that were decided by a field goal or less. 7 of these games went to overtime. So these teams are used to playing close games. Each franchise is looking for their first win in a long time. So I definitely think this game goes down to the wire. Some props I like. Deshaun Jackson, former Eagle, I know very well. Definitely a one-trick pony. He's going to play a limited snap count because he's an older guy, but he's very good at the deep ball. So the one thing with Deshaun Jackson is he's a finisher. So if Deshaun Jackson catches the ball deep, he's very good at finishing in the end zone. Touchdowns are hard to come by in the playoffs, so getting a number like plus 950 at FanDuel on Deshaun Jackson, I think is worth a flyer. Also, I just mentioned overtime. If you really want to throw something, a big prop in there, this game to go to overtime is like 14, 16 to 1. I think that's worth a shot too because these teams just love close games. So I'm going Raiders, playing the points. Also play a little bit on the money line because I think they got a really good shot to win this game.